So if I don't trade in the morning, but I make $1,700 in the afternoon, that's still good with me. I don't care that I didn't trade at all in the morning. I'm still leaving $1,700 up in profit. So, wait for your opportunity. That's all day trading is. That's all stock trading is. Finding one opportunity throughout an 8-hour time period, that we find one opportunity where I know I have a great chance of having awesome reward and low risk. That's all I want to find. That's all I want to look for. That throughout the whole entire 8-hour period, I just want to find one period of that 8-hour span where I'm going to have great reward and very low risk. Right now, HAP starting to have a little bit of its pullback, starting to come on down right now over on HAP. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled on that today. But right now, guys, why it's been slower in pre-market is everyone's looking at the coronavirus plays. And then on top of that, guys, they are having a pullback. Now, as we know, NNVC is basically the leader of the coronavirus plays. When NNVC has a pullback, everything has a pullback. AMD has a pullback. CODX has a pullback, so on and so forth. So really, again, we want to be watching, NNVC, as that's going to determine on where stocks are going to be heading that are related to the coronavirus, especially these vaccine companies. HAPP may be a little different because HPP actually has, credible reasoning on why the stock is up right now, right? It's saying, hey, we have over 100% gain because, everyone's buying our product at this moment. So I do like that play, and I think that stock could really start getting some hype towards it and start getting some momentum. If you're saying, well, Deck, how is the coronavirus? Did it like calm down or anything? Is that why is that why NNVC is having any sort of gap down? No, it hasn't calmed down. We actually had 106 people killed. So we had 106 who have died, and then 4,515 people who are now infected with it. So this came out, this morning. Chinese health authorities said on Tuesday the coronavirus outbreak has killed 106 people and has infected 4,515. The majority of the reported cases are in mainland China. Chinese authorities have quarantined several major cities and canceled Lunar New Year's events in Beijing and elsewhere. So that is where we're currently seeing the majority of these problems. Now, obviously, guys, we never want to see any sort of virus infect anyone. We don't want to see it spread. We don't want to see anyone die. Obviously, it's a very sad thing to see a virus go around throughout the country. But as it is going around through the country, we are seeing different stocks inside our United States market move on up because of this virus. So as the virus spreads, it will be something that we want to be looking at because these companies do benefit from it, which is, again, I'm not trying to sound like a mean person or a wrong person to say that, but these companies personally do benefit from a virus because they are vaccine companies and they are companies that can ultimately cure the virus so that people are buying into these companies, raising their stock in case any sort of vaccine or cure ever came out. And that's why these stocks have gone on such big rips, and this is why these stocks have gone on such big runs. But as always, guys, some little disclaimer I always like to say: I don't talk about these things. I don't talk about these sad and depressing things, because I want to. I talk about them because they have to do with the stock market, and that's why we're here to learn about stocks and why stocks move the way they are. Like the SPY. The SPY had the biggest red day on Friday, the biggest gap down to the worst day yesterday because of the coronavirus. We're not talking about it to, just for no reason. We're talking about it because this is what the whole stock market is currently looking at. All right. And that's why we're focused on these plays at this time as well. What else do we have going on here, guys? Our market briefing. U.S. stock futures were higher after the worst day of 2020 for stocks on concerns about the widening outbreak of a coronavirus in China. But the projected rebound will only make a small dent in Monday's losses. The Dow and S&P 500 had their worst day since October, and the Nasdaq since August. And the Dow went negative for 2020 and Monday's slide. Apple and the Dow stock highlights today are earnings after a bell. So that's going to be the biggest thing to probably be looking at. Probably the biggest thing to be looking at, guys, is Apple has earnings. Now, how is this coronavirus going to affect Apple? Well, this is going to be talking about its last quarter earnings, not right now. But you can think maybe if, let's say, the coronavirus stays around for a little bit, Apple has a huge amount of employees over in China, which a lot of these companies shut down certain branches, right? We talked about this yesterday. Starbucks, McDonald's, Chung Fu China. These are all different like franchises that had to shut down some of their Chinese restaurants because um, of that virus that's going on. So we need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. I just want to check something out real quick. OBCI getting a little bit of activity right now. Look at OBCI. That stock, guys. If you look to the right, we have our news streamer. And this is only filtered by keywords that is corona, coronavirus, or virus. So we just see, OBCI came out with a press release at 9 o'clock, and this stock just had a little bit of a nice rip and run, and that's just because it did come out with a press release. So make sure you guys are watching this scanner, which is very important. Yeah, it says OBCI announces registered EPA product kills the coronavirus. So obviously we need to be looking at this. So this is what it really just comes down to, where the volume is going to go today, right? Where's the volume going to go? OBCI came out with the press release, 3 million in float. It says its subsidiary Starbright announces a registered EPA product kills the coronavirus. Today announced a subsidiary product registered in the U.S. Environment Protection has effect against the coronavirus when used as directed. The World Health Organization at the U.S. Center for Disease Control have released their recommendations for preventing the spread of coronavirus, including the disinfection of hard surface and objects. All right, so that could definitely bring in some big volume and break a big hype right here over on OBCI. 3 million in float play, right? 3 million in float play possibly could bring in some nice momentum. We obviously have HAPP we want to be looking at. That's obviously one that's a little all over the place, up and down. And then OBCI, which obviously could get some big time attention and big time hype towards it as well. So we can actually flip out these OBCI, give that a little checkout right here to see if that's going to be able to hold up right around that $5 mark, and then possibly start ripping and running from there. So this is where a lot of course, the activity has been. This is where a lot of the volume has been, and this is just where overall a lot of the action has been. And we just want to be ready for anything that comes on through, right? We want to be ready for anything that comes on through. I will post that link for you guys as well in case anyone's like, hey, you know what? What are we talking about here? So OBCI, here we go. OBCI, and we can definitely watch that play right here. See if that stock is going to be getting any sort of momentum, getting any sort of hype, and of course, taking on off by any means. So again, that's we just want to be keeping our eyes peeled. Right now, it's hard to determine 100% where is the volume going to go, where is the hype going to go, and um where is that main momentum, right? And that's what it's really all about. Finding out of these coronavirus plays, which one's going to get the hype. And we have a nice little list of coronavirus plays, right? We have a nice little list all in our morning newsletter right here. These are all stocks that are related to the coronavirus. All stocks that are related to the coronavirus that, could possibly go on that nice big rip and run. As of now, if you're saying, Deck, which two are your favorite? I would probably say my top two. My top two are obviously going to be OBCI and HAPP, just because they actually showed already some sort of strength today, right? The other ones are, related, and that's great. But what are the only two that have actually shown some sort of strength? What are the only two that have actually shown some sort of momentum? What are the only two that have actually shown some sort of volume towards it? So OBCI and HAPP, this is where I believe most volume would at least start off. If OBCI has a pullback, watch for a pullback back down towards around the 470 range. 470 would probably be your bounce play, just because that 470 range is the old high if that stock ever cracked. But we'll keep that on watch. And then HAPP, this stock, we're going to be looking for probably a bounce right around like $6 or so. So let's go. Let's kind of bring it back because we got 10 minutes left here. We've gone over everything. Let's go over our two possible options today. Okay, let's go over our two possible options today. Which stocks are actually going to have some sort of potential to be able to make us some money? Which stocks are actually going to have some sort of potential to actually bring in some hype towards us and get us on top of our game today? All right, so obviously the top ones that we want to be focusing on and the top ones that we want to be looking at are going to be HAPP and OBCI. These are the ones that are going to be able to bring in that momentum. These are the ones that are going to be able to bring in the hype, and these are the ones that are going to bring in probably the best potential for us. Okay? So why? Why are these the ones? Well, they are some of the only ones that are actually having momentum in pre-market. And that's why I think, some of these have some of the best hype and some of the best potential. Number one, again, number one press release was HAPP, and HAPP says it's actually found that their product improves body resistance to prevent diseases. Now, that's not saying it's a treatment, right? That's not saying it's a clear cut treatment to, the coronavirus, but they have seen over 125% growth since November for its product because people are buying it trying to prevent, coronavirus towards it. So it does have a good press release. Traders saying on Finviz this has 9 million in float, and HAPP is also a new IPO. So being a new IPO, this stock can definitely get some hype. This stock could get some momentum, and this stock could take on off from there. All right. So HAPP, new IPO can definitely spike big. HAPP, 9 million in float. HAPP, I see probably right around this like $6 resistance area would be next. And then after that, guys, HAPP, with that press release could definitely bring in some hype and some good momentum. All right. What else do we have here? OBCI, which is 3 million in float over on OBCI. And this came out with a press release that's, related to, of course, um, coronavirus that says it's registered an EPA product that kills the coronavirus. Now, obviously, anything that talks about, killing the coronavirus could possibly bring in hype. On top of that, it did go on a quick little morning spike. I think again the best bounce play would be right along that like 470-ish mark, and then from there, guys, we could start seeing some nice momentum back above $5. So I would say 470, 470 bounce on OBCI for a re-break of $5. Great PR and 3 million in float. I watch as this has volume towards it. All right, and then the other, so that's what I would want to be watching as well. I'm just trying to type everything out so we're just completely aware. All right, cool. So I have this all typed out now. Now, again, it does come down to, of course, just being ready for either of these plays if they start bringing in any sort of that momentum or any sort of that hype and ripping and running potential. So make sure again, you guys, come up with some sort of game plan if you guys are interested on these stocks. Because both these stocks, again, have potential to go on a nice rip. Both these stocks have potential to take on off, and both these stocks have potential to really bring in that, big time momentum. So it's something that we want to be watching. It's something that we want to be focused on, and it's something that could again definitely start leading towards some nice big profits. So read what I wrote. Make sure you guys come up with your own game plan, and we can take a chat vote right now. But the number one thing for me is to make sure that you guys are prepared at all times. Something I always want to say as well, because I had a couple people just message me about saying like, "Hey, Deck, like, can you tell us exactly the moment you get in, or can you tell us, when you want to get in? Like, these are the areas I want to get in already. Just letting you guys know. In the penny stock world, things are going to move very fast, and things are going to move in a very quick manner. I personally do not want anyone to just wait until I get into a play for you to just get in when I get in. That's never what I want. And why do I say that? Because if I buy into a play, and most likely I'm getting in on a play on a spike, you're probably going to get in on a later entry than I do, right? That's just the pure fact of it. If I'm buying in on a spike and I buy in, and then again, you see that I'm in, well, now you set your order. Now you're trying to get filled. Now you're filled. That could be 10, 15, 20, 1 minute after me. Well, sometimes in a whole minute, a stock can be that's personally ready to say, okay, I can develop my own game plan. I know what Deck's thinking. I know what Deck's liking. Well, then again, then you can trade. But if you're like, oh, I don't really know what's going on in the stock market, I'm just going to try to replicate what Deck does and hopefully I can make as much money as him. That's not how it's going to work. And I just want to tell you that right now, and I'll be one of the few people to actually tell you that straight up. You have to put in work if you want to be successful. And especially with all these different breakouts and all these different moves that's going on, if you just try to chase and just do exactly what I do, you are going to probably get later entries and you are probably going to get in a higher areas. So please do not do that. Make sure you're prepared enough to have your own game plan, have your own stop loss in case. And then what we want is to basically be on the same page. All right. Just a little heads up for you guys. I care about too much about you guys to have you guys just blow your money chasing plays around. Okay. So what do we have here? So we have what stock will do the best today, and we'll go basically between these two options, OBCI, and then we also have HAPP. So what stock will do the best today? Which one are you guys thinking will have better potential kicking off today? So everyone go ahead and go vote. Stock Sniper Rick, there should be less than a 2-second delay as well. Should be about a 2-second or 1-second delay at most. And if you have like a 10 or 20 or whatever, please talk to support so they can get you in real time. So everyone, again, go vote so you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. All right, so we're looking good right now, getting ready for a big day ahead. Very exciting stuff, and again, looking forward to a really fun day. So it's 9:27 right now. All right, big show. Here we go. Drag over a brand new level 2. Let's see where everyone's looking at between these two stocks. Let's see where everyone's looking at between these two stocks. We know our support lines. We know, again, where we want to be looking at. We'll give you guys a few more seconds here, and we'll get ready to kick off a nice day ahead. Nope, again, Krogs, HAP is a newer IPO play. So that is a newer IPO play. That came out in October. All right, cast your vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Share the results. Stop the poll. 68% of chat is saying OBCI, and then we have 31% of chat saying HAPP. Now, please remember, there are other plays out there, right? There are other plays out there, such as, AEMD and stuff. There are, of course, other plays, but these are kind of the top two that I'd be focusing on at the bell. Again, where am I getting 470-ish support? 470 support, guys, is from this old upper shadow. So if it is going to have this little bit of a pullback, I think 470 would be kind of the best area. But again, work your way in and try to scale your way in if you don't think it's going to be 470. Maybe some small entries at 480, 475, 470, 460, 450 in case it goes too low, right? Also, if you guys are interested on HAPP, look for an entry, or you can wait for a rebreak of $6 up to $7. Get that hype right there. So right now we want to be ready to rock and roll on this play and see what type of action is going to be coming on through. So let's have a great day ahead, team. Very exciting stuff. Looking forward to seeing what's going to be coming on up. We'll be going from there. So we're going to kick it off with OBCI. And OBCI, again, you got entries 470 or now all the way to 470 for the break of $5 and hopefully a nice rip and run. So that's what we're going to be watching for at the bell right here. The market is now live, starting to get a little bit of action, starting to get a little bit of hype, a little bit of momentum. And here we go, guys, starting to already get a little bit of this hype right on OBCI as this stock is starting to get a little bit of that volume and starting to push on up. So getting that volume starting to push on up right away, all the way up towards around that 530-ish mark. Let's see how long this is going to be able to hold up right here as this stock is, getting a nice little break and starting to get a nice little move. So OBCI, starting with the hype at least. Starting with the hype, starting with a little bit of the momentum. We're going to see if this is going to be able to hold on up. Start breaking on out. And we are starting to see a little bit more of a push. So again, OBCI, guys, so far, so good as planned. And we're going to see if this is going to be able to continue to rip and run. VXRT, this stock right now is breaking through the $1 mark. I'm going to put VXRT on the bottom if you guys are interested. OBCI trying to hold right around that $5 mark. We'll switch over towards that one that right here, this time frame at this moment. See if this is going to be able to hold on up. Right now, again, we are trying to hold up right around that $5 mark on this play. And we're keeping our eyes peeled, of course, to see where this action is going to be heading. OBCI getting a little bit crazy, having a little bit of a pullback at this moment. So right now, OBCI starting to get the dump. OBCI starting to get the dump. We could get a little bounce play off 470. I don't want to touch it just yet, though. Let's give it a little bit of time. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to be the best play for me to be able to hop in on the stock and be able to come out, profitable. So I'm just watching and waiting. I'm also watching the high of the day momentum scanner. OBCI trying to hold on up. So OBCI at this moment trying to hold on up at this time. I think my TOS is freezing on up. So give me 1 second, guys. I do want to just restart my TOS scanner. It's going to make this stream freeze for a moment. So I just want to restart this. It's been freezing on up and it's just annoying me. So give me 1 second here. I want to make sure that you guys are all good and stream should be coming back on in. Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to be a smart trader and just keep my eyes peeled to see what's going to be ripping, see what's going to be moving, see what's going to be taken on off, and of course, go from there. Right now, again, we still have OBCI testing that $5 mark, and I am watching OBCI and VXRT. So OBCI now starting to move its way back on up, starting to get a little bit of hype, starting to get a little bit of action, and we're going to see if this could possibly U-shape, get that momentum towards it. So right now, it's still OBCI in my eyes that I'm still just kind of looking at to see if this play is going to be able to continue to move on up. And right now, I know I'm kind of off focus because my TD Ameritrade account just keeps messing up, and it's like frozen. As I want to look for a good entry on this play because I was trying to look for an entry, and my TD Ameritrade account just keeps messing on up. So I'm trying to make sure everything is all set there. Because last thing I want to do is get in on this play and have it like dump on me or anything. So that's why I'm looking at my TD Ameritrade because I'm like, all right, come on, like, why is this being so weird right now? And I know a lot of you guys have had some issues with TD Ameritrade as well, and I just want to make sure that's all figured out. Yeah, see, your TD Ameritrade's frozen as well. So a lot of people having issues with TD Ameritrade right now, which is pretty annoying. 'Cause I know so many people are again, using that, and it's like my TD Ameritrade is just completely frozen at this moment. Yeah, so I'm actually thinking about possibly giving them a call real quick and just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Because obviously, I want to be able to get in on these plays, and it's a little frustrating right now that I can't, that I might not be able to get in on anything right here, just because I'm trying. I'm trying to get in on plays, and it's nothing's allowing me. It's like I'm trying to buy 500 shares of OBCI, and it's not even allowing me. It's being really annoying right now. So I'm actually might just give them a call real quick and say, hey, what the heck is going on? Make sure I'm all good as well. And again, you guys are saying change memory settings. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. As I've never kind of had to change my memory settings. It doesn't seem like that's a great thing. Keep your eyes peeled on OBCI though. If that breaks $5, that could start ripping and running. So again, I'm gonna actually mute the mic for a moment, watch OBCI to see if that stock's gonna take on off, and if it does, great job. I got to talk to TD Ameritrade though and kind of figure. So right now, guys, I'm on hold with TD Ameritrade, but I'm watching OBCI, I'm watching VXRT. I want to make sure again, these plays right here, keeping my eyes peeled on these stocks to see what's going to be coming on up. I just want to see if any of these stocks start getting any sort of volume. So AMRP has some good hype. How's HAPP? HAPP. But yeah, I mean, how frustrating is that? I can't even get in or out of a play right now whatsoever. It's like it's the morning. I'm trying to trade some stocks. I can't even do anything. I will also try that right now. So I'm gonna the stream may kind of freeze because I have to exit out of this real quick. So give me one more second, team. Thank you for that as well. But yeah, TD Ameritrade. So right now, guys, I'm just kind of watching. I just reloaded my TD Ameritrade account. And right now, again, I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I did change my memory, and I apologize right now. I just want to be able to figure out what's going on right now because we also have HAPP starting to come on up. So HAPP Right now, guys, I'm on the phone with TD Ameritrade, and they're saying their sell button's not working right now. So that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Right now, I'm currently on hold with them, but yeah, at the moment they're saying their sell button's not working. So you can buy in, you just can't sell out of a trade at the moment. So I would highly, highly, highly suggest if you guys are using TD Ameritrade at this time that do not get in on something at this moment because they're saying they will fill you, they just won't sell you. All right. So please, please, please be smart right now. Currently on hold, I want to make sure that my account is not just getting like blown up at this moment. So again, right now, be smart with your trading, guys. And that is an extremely frustrating thing, of course, that is not not working, A, of course, filling you where you want, and then B, saying oh, you're going to, you can't get out of a play. So, I may even have to switch out to TD Ameritrade again if this is how it's going to be for my $100,000 account because I cannot do that. That is a no-no. But at the same time, we have HAPP. We're watching for the $6 break, and then OBCI starting to have a little bit of a pullback right here. That needs to break $5. So OBCI is not going to get volume until the break of $5, and HAPP that's not going to break volume until it gets the break of $6. CODX just came out with an offering. I can't believe you put me on hold. It's like, hey, can you check my account right now? Can you check my account? Make sure I'm not in on anything. Can you make sure that I'm out of a play and I'm not going to get dumped on? He goes, I'm not really sure how to do this. You mind if I stick you on hold? I kinda, right? Yeah, Linda, don't they know who they're speaking with? So yeah, so right now I'm currently on hold with TD Ameritrade, trying to get everything figured out, and it is extremely frustrating on my end. Obviously, I'm trying to keep a positive attitude about it, but please be smart if you're with them. I may have to leave them after this just because of that. Came back right now, and he goes, "Hey, just want to let you know we're just gonna give you an update. Just want to let you know I'm here for you." And I'm like, okay, thanks for being here for me. Can I get an update, of course, what's going on with my account? So I apologize about this, guys. I'm not trying to make this, you know, be. Hold on one second. He's All right, guys. So currently, at this moment, uh, they said that TD Ameritrade, their account on the cells do not work, and they're not getting filled immediately. So that is probably something that you want to. He just hung up on the phone with me, and I know a lot of you guys use TD Ameritrade. As I said, I apologize about not doing as much commentary as I usually do. Through this time, especially in this hot time. I don't believe we have missed really too much. I think AMRP, right? AMRP has been the best place so far today. So AMRP has been the best place so far today, hands down, which is awesome. And I will put AMRP up on the top. And as I said, guys, I deeply apologize about being on the phone there. But obviously, if I am, looking at a play and I'm not getting filled, and of course, not even knowing if I'm filled on this play, and then my TOS freezes on up, I want to make sure I'm just kind of getting everything figured out. So that's just something that's obviously important. But right now, ARMP trying to come on up. Yeah, TD Ameritrade said they're going to call me back, and if I have any sort of loss or anything like that, they said they're going to try to reimburse me. But they're like, oh, we're just trying to figure out what's going on our end. That might be true. Scream Weeble time for sure. Let's add ARMP going over to our VWAP. And I mean, sometimes that just happens. I mean, sometimes technology just takes over and there's just not much you can do. Technology takes over and you're just trapped. I mean, there's been times before that I try to get out of play or done something along these lines, and I just can't get out of a play just because of technology, right? And technology just kind of screws with me, and it's definitely an annoying thing. It's not an easy thing to deal with, and it's just kind of part of trading. That sometimes that happens, right? Just sometimes that happens. Absolutely. So right now, as you guys could imagine, I'm a little bit more on the nervous side, wanting to buy in on something. I would love to try to pull the trigger on a play right now, right? I would love to. I would love to try to pull the trigger on a play right now, but obviously it's like, what can I pull the trigger on, if I can't even get out of a play. So OBCI just got halted on the downside. I am just praying that I'm not in on that play right now. And I always try to keep a positive outlook on everything, but it's just again so frustrating that TD Ameritrade is being so weird. The head tech manager talked to me. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just not really sure why this is happening." It's like, "Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. That feels great." So yeah, so I definitely before I go big on anything, I just kind of want to um, make sure that I'm not putting myself in a position just to kind of get crushed. Carlos, no, what happened before is when OBCI started coming back on down. OBCI started coming on down. I was trying to put in orders on OBCI. Uh, didn't fill me at all. TOS then started freezing on up. TOS was freezing on up. I didn't know if I was in. I didn't know if I was out. I tried to restart my TOS multiple times and it was just frozen. So I didn't know if I was in on plays. I didn't know if I was out of plays. I didn't know anything about this. And right now they're just like, oh, we'll look at your account and we'll give you a call back. So yeah, so I just have no idea on where currently at. I will do that for sure, Scooter Pie. But as I said, guys, I deeply apologize. I know the morning is such a hot time, and of course, trading does not revolve around me. Trading as a team and a community, we're all here together. So I do not mean to, focus solely on me and just try to get my account working. Again, we're a team, we're a community here. That's why I just wanted to kind of mute myself so you guys can focus on it. But obviously, I want to be here for you guys, help you out any way I possibly can. Right now, ARMP starting to have a little bit of this pullback. Let's make sure we're being smart and not putting ourselves in positions just to lose. Again, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, Scooter. Thank you, of course, Creeker. And that usually happens, honestly, like maybe once. That probably happens maybe like once or twice a year, where something like just stupid like this will happen. It's happened on E Trade before. It's happened on E-Trade before, where on E-Trade, guys, uh, I would do the same exact thing. I'd be buying, 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 nothing getting filled, everything freezes, and then I would end up with a loss. That's usually what would happen. So, I hope that does not happen with TD Ameritrade, but that usually happens like once or twice a year, and it's something obviously that we're not here for. It's something that obviously we can't prepare for. It's just one of those things that technology sometimes happens. And again, trade life, I don't even know if I'm in on that play. I have no idea. Hopefully, again, my order just never even went through. There you go. That is true. On the bright side, at least it's not, during, the 100K when we're really kicking it off. Also, a little sign of OBCI, guys. That stock got halted on the downside. That stock should get unhalted in the next few minutes here. OBCI was at 951, so that's going to get unhalted in 1 minute exactly. No, again, he said he'll call me back in the next few minutes, so I'll just wait for that, and we should be all good. How we doing, NNVC? Is anyone else having TD Ameritrade issues? I mean, nah, don't forget about it. Let's all just focus on stock trading. Let's focus on stock trading. Let's get after it. So right now, I think the number one play that we've seen right here is ARMP. That's been the number one play that we've been looking at. OBCI. And do MARA. So okay, so at least we're not, missing anything at this time. OBCI, guys, is back and live. OBCI is back. OBCI is live at this moment. Little heads up if you guys are interested over in that stock. That stock is currently live at this moment. That one obviously is not spiking as we want. How's HAPP? Is HAPP? I mean, that would have to make a big red to green move or something over on HAPP. HAPP would have to make a big red to green move, and that's where that stock could start going on a nice big rip and run. Again, guys, I don't even know if I'm in or out of play. I'd love the support that you guys are like, that hearing that you're losing right now. Again, I don't even know if I'm losing. Okay. So again, we'll see when he calls me back, but we should be all set, ready to go. I'm just trying to find the next big play for us right now. So let's go ARMP. Nothing there yet. That did have a nice rip and run. That is currently the number one top gainer. So obviously there always will be attention over there. OBCI, no. VCNX. All right, so we're just kind of looking right now. OBCI, obviously not worth our time. Obviously, nothing that we want to be getting involved with today. And then on top of that, we're going to be keeping our eyes peeled over on ARMP and HAAP. Starting to keep our eyes over on PP as well to see if that play is going to be getting any sort of nice momentum. If that could ever start coming back on up, back above the VWAP, I do think HAPP could start getting some volume. So again, took a little time. We haven't really missed anything. That's the good thing. So ARMP has been the main stock so far. That has been the main stock. That has been the main focus. That has been where the majority of traders have been looking at. And we just want to see if anything else is, of course, going to be start popping its way on up. Right now, obviously, I am not in anything because I'm a little nervous to even use my TD Ameritrade right now because I don't want to pull the trigger or get in on a play and then it be frozen. Right now, at least I'm able to move around on it. But I'm just going to sit back right now until that manager gives me a call back, and then we'll go from there. But right now, I do for you guys. I would definitely watch for that possible red to green move on HAPP if it could ever come on up, but that still is a little far away. VXRT needs to get back above $1, and H at this time, not too much right there. OBCI, that stock has been fading on off, so nothing on OBCI at this time. And again, Jim, I'm sorry for that as well. Definitely send me an email. I'll definitely, work on that as much as I can, of course. Right now, just kind of looking around, making sure that we're all set. We're not really missing any sort of breakout at this time. And I think again, a lot of people are going to be like, all right, what have we seen so far? Right? ARMP is where most people have been looking at, but what could possibly come on up? Right now, NNVC haven't really seen too much going on there. I mean, we should be able to see an NNVC $10 bounce. I was thinking about that as well. Maybe that $10 bounce over on NNVC. That's where we could possibly make some nice money. Little $10 bounce area. So that could be a little bounce as that stock has been falling. Also $10, nice natural support with a little bit of that NNVC upper shadow. So that could definitely be a little bit of a bounce play. I definitely agree with that, Chad. I'm just kind of looking through right here. Seems like again a lot of traders are a little scattered right now. A lot of traders are scattered at this moment. Give me 1 second right here. This guy's actually calling me back at this moment, so give me. All right, guys. So the good news is my orders are never filled. So that's the good news. My orders are never filled, was never filled on anything, and I'm all okay. All right. So that's the good news about it. Also, the good news is he said, we looked into your account and we're going to be managing it and watching it. So there is not going. So you should be able to trade live if you want to right now. And if you have any sort of issues, we'll be able to watch it. So that's what they told me there. It's not. Other than that, they didn't really do too much. So they just said for the rest of the day, we're just going to keep your account on watch and we'll be managing it. So if you do get in on anything, and something does not work, we'll make sure we cancel you out right away. So that's what they said. It's not. They said if you get in on something and we see your account making any sort of glitches, we're just going to cancel you out right away or at the current cost price. Which I don't know if that's going to be the best thing in the world, but I mean at least I have someone at least watching my back. No, Danny boy, I definitely understand that. People have been having issues, throughout the whole entire month. So you just can't go too big. Just can't go really too big on it. NNBC, that just come down. NNBC just come down to $10 when I'm on the phone. Jeez, guys, I can't catch a break right now today. Look at this. NNBC comes right down to $10 when I'm on the phone with the guy. Talking about that $10 bounce. So right here, come on, got to stand up, shake it all out, do a little dance right here, put on a little throwback Usher, and get into it. So a little bit of a rough start, but that's okay. You know what? The USA was down in Russia. They came back in the third period of the Olympics in hockey, and they won. Okay, so right now it's not even like I'm down, but just trying to get fired up anyway. Massive buyers. What are you guys thinking? VISL. VISL again. The reason you would have massive buyers is it's only a 33-cent stock, so it is very very tiny, very very small. And the thing is, sit back right now. Sit back. Sit back, I think, guys. We are good. Let's not, do anything we don't need to. HAPP had some pre-market volume. It came right back on down. NNVC, this stock has been the best supernova. Today, we're having a little bit of a pullback on it. If we go through all our top gainers right here, what do we have? ARMP, right now, bearish underneath the VWAP. Underneath the VWAP, right now, we probably don't want to be getting involved with that. VXRT right here, not again, worth it. NH at this time, nothing I'm really seeing. OBCI, excuse me, that stock's been falling. I would have loved for that play to be able to break through that $5 mark. That was my favorite this morning. That's the one I wanted. VCNX, nothing. SPN, nothing. PLG. Yeah, so far it's been a big shorting day for sure. All right, so far it's definitely just been a big shorters day. But really, I'm just going to sit back and wait for a momentum. That's all I want to do. I'm really just going to sit back and see if any momentum is going to be coming through this market. I want to see if we're going to be getting any sort of hype, if we are going to be getting any sort of momentum, if we're going to be seeing any sort of, volume. Because right now we're about 45 minutes in on this day. We haven't seen any sort of, strong spike other than ARMP, which went from $4 to $7. If this starts getting back above the VWAP, this would be where, action would start heading back towards. But really, ARMP would be the best bet. And why would that be, guys? That would just be because this stock is the number one top gainer today. People are going to probably want to look at the stock that's the number one top gainer and probably look at the stock that has the best potential to continue to move on up. So what is, just because I haven't even noticed because I had to do so much other, random stuff that I really didn't want to, what is the reason ARMP is moving? ARMP announces a $25 million strategic investment. So we have a $25 million strategic investment over on ARMP. ARMP is looking for a re-break of that VWAP for a possible run and rip up towards around that $7 mark. So ARMP, if you are looking for a breakout, this is where the stock would start getting a breakout. There is a credible press release behind it. It's 9 million in float. We are seeing a nice move. We can't say like the day is slow or anything. We are seeing a nice move here on ARMP as this stock does have, right around this like 560 support. We have this resistance up near a VWAP or right around that $6 mark. And I mean, this stock has gone from $4 straight up towards around $7.
All right, what's up, guys? So I'm literally gonna watch ARMP for a couple minutes. If it breaks the VWAP, I might jump in, but I'm about to wrap it up. A little bit of volume's coming in on it. Level 2 is bouncing around a lot. So the time and cells though isn't like running. So when I get a lot of bouncing around on level 2 but the time and cells isn't really moving, kind of makes me nervous. Currently down 1975 I think in this account. I did take 2 pen and paper trades, one on OBCI and one on VXRT. I don't think they're going to get me out of the red though. So if I can get a trade on ARMP and bring this back up, that would be amazing. Sucks because I was up like $870 on this stock earlier. Kids watching cartoons in the background, so you might hear that. Alright, coming up on 6. I'm going to go ahead and market order in. Oh, got a high fill. Come on. Let's get some buyers coming in on this. I'm going to hold. Got such a high fill. Just trying to get in at 6. Got in at 609. There we go. Got $6 on the bid. Come on. 601. Needs to push. Push. 605 on the ask. 602, 605. It's not pushing. As soon as I get out, it's going to spike up. It happens so often. So the ask is $5.99 and the bid was 6. Come on now. Seriously. Ugh. Watch. Now it's going to spike. Oh, come on. 590. Well, now I'm in a deeper hole. Let's see. 2,400 basically. 2,400. I'm just going to keep watching though because it is making higher lows. 591 by 594. 93, 94. Oop, 99. This VWAP's just holding it down. Okay, popped to 509. 518. Oh. Is it going to go without me? Screw it. Just going to jump in. Is it going to push? Push. I'd like to see a push to 650. Bid 620 by 626. Let's go ahead and change this to 2,000. 23 to 26, 29, 30, 31, 35, 37. Throw 1,000 on the ask there. Come on. See if we can get a push on up. 609, 610, 620. See if the VWAP's gonna hold it up now. just the level 2 is just so bouncy, and orders are just slowly going through. Come on, let's see it push 650. Come on, let's get it. Today has just been so slow, just annoying. Alright, I'm going to take 1,000 out here. Reduce my risk a little. Just going to get out. It's not doing anything. How bad am I? 23.50, so I made $50 back. Ooh, look at that drop. Glad I got out. Just, you know, whenever you see like orders going through with 100, 200, 300, 400, like if somebody's not buying like 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 shares at least, you know, a couple times, you know, it's not going to go up. People buying and selling 50 shares, 100 shares, 6 shares, you know, 50 shares. It's not going to push the stock up. You need to see buyers coming in buying 1,500, 2,000, you know, 3,000. Seeing a nice like 7K bidder down here, that would be nice. Push it up. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there. I am currently down, let's scoot this up, 23.50 on the day in the sim. Like I said, I did take a pen and paper trade in the first minute on OBCI and VXRT. They are the VXRT. I maybe made 200 on. The OBCI might have made 400 on. So they're definitely not going to get me out of the red. It's going to be a red day for sure. But we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, there's more volume in the market. I mean, this is just. It's just crazy how slow it is compared to how it's been. Let's see, PRPL. Just hit the scanners. Super ugly. It just has 3 million float. Let's see, PDX. Just hit the scanners. Come on. Wow. Very ugly. Jesus. Nope. Alright. Well, I'm going to end it here. So, good luck everybody on your trading. See you, I guess see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.